Hey there viewers, it's Charlie and I'm back again, and welcome back to the G1 Marathon. Now today I shall be reviewing two figures, and those figures are Topspin and Twin Twist. So, these two are the Jumpstarters, which means their transformation is pretty much them just jumping up, but more on that later as we need to have a look at their tech specs. So here, we have Topspin's tech spec. Function, land and sea assault. The thrill is in the journey. Well, good for him then. No mountain high enough, no river wide enough to stop this one robot wrecking crew. Has superior mobility due to its Cybertronian vehicle form. Views conquest of rough terrain as much a victory as beating Decepticons. Uses two rear jet engines. And that's just going with the transformation because that's a complaint, but anyway. Uses two rear jet engines to go 300 miles per hour. Goes 80 miles per hour on water with two front pontoons, so these things. It has two high voltage electric cannons and two hand lasers built in. Carries a powerful twin ion impulse blaster. So that's pretty much it for Topspin himself. Now for his tech spec. Now, looks like he has a 6 in strength, 6 in intelligence, 8 in speed, 6 in rank, 10 in courage, 9 in firepower, and 8 in skill. Now, moving along to Twin Twist's tech spec. Right off the bat, we can see an error here. That's Topspin, but that was just an error. I mean, the original Seeker tech specs were all switched, so. But anyways, here's Twin Twists. Function, demolitions. War is wherever I want it to be. Nothing feels better to him than sinking his drills into a slab of steel. Loves the scrap metal results of his destructive fury and showing off. Will attack anything, enemy Decepticon or harmless lamppost. Ooh. Optimus Prime worries about this wild, uncontrollable nature. Well, so even Prime worries about this guy. Ooh. Goes 200 miles per hour. Has 600... Well, not 600. Has two 6,000 RPM diamond tipped drills. These things. Twin ion impulse blaster. This thing. Shoots 100... Well, shoots explosive 100-pound TNT shells. Not pounds as in that's how much they cost. Pounds as in how much they weigh. Goes from vehicle to robot in 1.4 seconds. And we'll see that soon. Now for his tech spec, he has an 8 in strength. He has, if I can read that, 4 in intelligence, 7 in speed, 7 in endurance, 6 in rank, 9 in courage, 7 in firepower, and a 6 in skill. So, that's the tech spec for both the Jumpstarters. If I can just close my laptop now. So, yeah. Now we can have a look at the figures proper. And let's start off with Topspin. If you've seen my older videos, you know I've reviewed the Titans Return Topspin in the past. So, yeah. Having a look, we can pretty much see. Well, here we have the jet cannons or the jet engines at the back. This isn't staying, excuse me, because you see, my figures seem to have a tendency to want to piss me off, whether it's falling over or just not staying in place. And that's a complaint with Topspin. His spring doesn't really stay in place anymore. Because come on, it's a 30-plus-year-old figure. So the underneath, we can see the wheels. And we can see the Takara stamp. Hasbro, 1980, 1984. Takara, the same years in Taiwan. Now the top, you can see how he transformed. I mean, his head's right there. Now, surprisingly, I don't really see a rub sign anywhere. But anyways, moving on to Twin Twists. We can see that he's pretty similar, except instead of a flying space forklift, he's instead a flying drill. As you can see here, pretty much the same as Twin Twists, or Topspin, sorry, only with reverse colors. And the back's a bit different. But that's pretty much it. Now, to transform these guys, well, it's automatic. You pull the figure back. And if you're lucky, which I wasn't, if you're lucky enough, he'll do it. If you saw that, he sprung up. So train that with Twin Twists. There we go. That's how that's supposed to work. So doing it with Topspin again. Normally after you pull them back, they're supposed to go along and then just spring up like so. As what Twin Twist did. But with Topspin, I can't get him to do that. Normally he just lands flat on his back. And there we have the rub symbol. So the rub symbols are on these guys' feet. Well, I can't get it to work right now. But here we have Topspin and Twin Twist in their robot modes. Now, giving them their weapons, what I like to do is, I like to put the gun in Topspin's right hand, and put the gun in Twin Twist's left hand, so they're a bit symmetrical. But, yeah. Pretty much nothing to say about their robot modes. I mean, with Topspin's head, he's got an Optimus Prime-esque head, but his face is more... It's like a combination between Optimus Prime's helmet and Jazz's face. As with Twin Twists, we can see it's just a typical robot head. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say right now, but for articulation, the arms move up, and that's it. Nothing at the head, they can't T-pose. Suppose if you want, they can sort of sit down, but well, the spring gimmick, that's probably not going to work. So their only articulation is in the arms, and that's it. So, complaints. Well, like, they're not perfect, although Twin Twist is a bit better. Well, my copy of Twin Twist is a bit better than my copy of Topspin, because, keep in mind, when he does the gimmick, he only lands on his back. And the spring doesn't really do a good job of holding, as you saw earlier. But, yeah. Other than that, the spring's not holding that well, and sometimes the gimmick just doesn't work that well. These guys are quite fun. So, do I recommend the Jumpstarters? Well, I'd say, once again, if you're a G1 fan, or if you like 80s figures, because, well, sure, they're a bit gimmicky, but if you have one that actually does the gimmick correctly, like my copy of Twin Twist here, then it can be quite cool to look at. I mean, sure, these guys, like, fiction-wise, these guys were only in the UK Marvel comics. They weren't in the US ones or the series for some reason. I mean, I don't know why they went in the cartoon. I mean, because the battle charges were, but eh. So, despite the fact that these guys are quite gimmicky and didn't really appear in much fiction back in the day, I still find these guys to be really, really fun. But say you want these guys to have more articulation than just moving their arms up. Well, there's the Titans Return figures. As I've previously reviewed Titans Return Topspin. So if you want these guys to have more articulation, I recommend going for the Titans Return figures. So, this has been my review on the G1 Jumpstarters. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.